You're watching the Coyote Man Show Relationships. Dog bust my head where it's better to be loved than to get your head busted. Hosted by Ramsey Amadei, Uncle Shelton, and the Coyote Man on the Coyote Man Show Network.
I'm the Coyote Man, and you're on Relationships. Don't Bust My Head. Hosted by the Coyote Man, Ramsey Amadei, and Uncle Sheldon. And what we have surrounding us is the Bust Your Head crew. So let's introduce the Bust Your Head crew, starting with Silky over here.
Silky Mike, what it is, baby.
We got the Queen Jackie. We got Kojo the Lion Killer.
Yeah.
We got Sonji on the edge.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
And we got Shaw Tax Solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Now, today we're talking about, well, a piece of what we're talking about is, I heard when you watch a lot of shows, you start to hear people say, well, he hates women, or she hates men because she's giving her opinion, you know, and, or they're racist, or they're anti-Semitic, you know, misinformation, disinformation. And what I'm trying to figure out, is it true? Are they really haters? Are they really, do they really hate men? Do they really hate women? Or is what they saying true and you just can't handle the pressure of the truth? If you take the emotion out of it, because different people feel different ways for different reasons. But if they actually are saying a valid point, is it the fact that it's hate, or you just can't handle the pressure? And I heard this. I was speaking to this lady, and she said, "Well, I think Kevin Samuels hate women." I was like, "Well, he's trying to get families together, so
Yeah, that ain't the case.
you can't hate women and
Try to help.
and try to help families."
Yeah.
And if you research him, he was on men harder than he was ever on women. It's just that didn't blow up.
Yeah.
You know, he was on us. He don't have no mercy for what they would call a man that's just laying around chilling and all that type of stuff like that. But then you hear some women also, you know, say some of their points, and they say, well, they hate men, you know, and is their points valid? And I'm not talking about some of this, I don't know what they call it, this new society points, you know, this ridiculousness. It don't even make sense to them, you know. Yeah. I'm talking about like a valid point. You know, like he shouldn't be playing the game all day if the gas and electric bill ain't paid. You know, can't necessarily say she hates men. She might hate the cold, you know what I'm saying? But you can't necessarily say something like that. No, might not necessarily say she hates men. Or when certain people bring up religious things or, you know, racial things, you know, do they hate a certain race, or did you do that race? You know, did you actually do that? You know, and you can't handle the fact that you did that, the pressure. Because like if somebody was to tell me, you know, I don't think those gangs, those black gangs should have went in there and did this. I'd be like, yeah, you know, I agree with that. Yeah. You know,
And also,
we can't deal with my truth.
yeah.
You know, because my truth is a lie. If my daughter was to say, I say, hey, listen, did you sneak somebody through your window?
Good grief.
Well, my truth is that nobody was here.
Yeah.
What type of bull crap is this? Have we entered into a world of my truth? That means that somebody has came and literally said it's cool to lie, like outright. It's your truth. I had somebody tell me once, he said, you're in that chair. So from your perspective, you can see me. But if you was to turn around, you don't see me. said, you still there? I said, my house is at 2904 Fendall Road. If I go to Jamaica, it's still at 2904 Fendall Road.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, my bad. I ain't gonna be there much longer. So, but the thing is, they be like, he at 29.
By the time you hear this,
By the time you hear this,
That's how you know he dangerous. Don't mess with him.
but the situation is,
facts.
even though we're talking about is it hate or is it the truth, we're gonna talk about this my truth.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this my. I had something else to talk about, but God had something else planned, right? He don't like this my truth stuff, you know, because my truth seems like a lie. Let's just try it on each other. Sonji,
Yes.
I know I'm supposed to pay these bills, so I put the money and I paid all the bills. My truth. The reason why the lights is cut off, you know what I'm saying? But
Because you pay all your bills.
I paid all the bills, but that's
Okay, so
my
if that's
truth.
your truth, let me hold something because you got some extra money for me now since you paid all the bills.
My truth is that all the money
I need to get my nails
is
done.
gone, right?
Okay.
What type of world? What is like? Are we willing to live in the world that we create? No, it's like we can't get away from
Is
that.
that? I don't understand the example.
Oh, you don't understand the example. Let me see.
That's
He's basically saying he was capping.
you saying that you didn't pay the bills.
Okay, don't get off this bill.
Yeah,
It's costing.
Oh, people talking
It's
about
costing.
the bills.
Let me just ask this question so we can go on. I'm just gonna move off the bills. Don't even worry about it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I go out selling freezer cups or something before
All
I.
right, I just.
But let's just start. We're gonna start off and ask: have you been exposed to my truth, and how do you feel about it? And we're gonna start with the Common Sense Factory. And
oh Lord.
Did it get you?
Oh, okay.
No, that hurts.
Yes, on too many occasions. And I'll be sick and tired of being sick and tired of your truth.
The computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like me and my wife, we got a saying. That's a TV. It's not a radio. It's not a video game. It's not Lola Falana. It is a TV. I don't care what you want it to be or what I would like it to be. It's still a TV. You know? It's like that's the truth. You know? It's like I got a lot of examples of people using their truth, which their perception of things, as the truth, and it's not. I don't appreciate it. And I'm trying not to mention no names, keep names nameless. However, I ain't responsible for the perception of what I did. I'm responsible for what I did and what I did. And all too often people get that confused, get it misconstrued, and come at me like, okay, because you took, this is 2 + 2 is 4. You can't make it 66, but your truth says it's 75. I don't appreciate it. It is what it is. You know?
This is a problem. You know, we're gonna talk to my other co-host, and then we're gonna go down the line. What do you feel about this? How does this my truth calibrate in your brain? Because I know it's gonna be hard for scientists for it even to calibrate.
Nah, not really, right? You gotta think about with the society that we come up in, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you come up in society, when you taught about the tooth fairy, when you taught about Santa Claus, when you can come and say God knows my heart when you doing anything on earth.
That's right.
You know, it's kind of you know the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like so if you can carry that on from childhood, it's you know you've been planted with this a chip in the head from birth that you can make up your own reality, and we explain that to our children, you know, by giving them the tooth fairy thing. We're saying, "Nah, this came out of my pocket."
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we teach how to lie.
We tell them it's okay to lie.
Right? It's okay to lie if you got
a good reason, enough reason,
a truth to go with it. Your truth. You know, so we teach self-styled lying, you know, from birth. So I think it kind of just goes up as we get older, and we deal with my truths as opposed to really dealing with the problems and solutions. We create an alternate reality, so we don't got to deal with nothing.
Wow,
and we just keep on creating realities that keep us stagnated. It's my truth, but we end up in the same position in every one of them truths. As long as we're still not doing anything to change it, we okay with it.
I think real truth, when people have to deal with real truth, they got to deal with the real facts. Like when I was actually listening to that girl when she was coming at Cam Newton about what she didn't like what he said, but nothing that she said made sense. It was like a whole bunch of blah blah blah, but none of it made sense. So I'm like, okay, have we then got to the point where we don't have to make sense? We just say slogans. Like Donald Trump say slogans.
Catchphrases.
Like he say catchphrases.
Yeah.
You know, when I heard them say, believe women, I said, wait a minute, hold up. Hold up. You know, just believe women? You know, I know some, I'm sorry for y'all, I know some lying scallywags from Scallywagville, right? They lie on Sunday, they lie on Monday, you know, and they lie about anything. So just to say, believe women or believe men, even though that would never be said, but either one of them would piss me off. Yeah. Because I'm like, yo, how can you say believe women or believe men? How about calibrate this thing, calculate this thing, see if it makes sense. Well, 95% of women don't lie based on that. Who told you that? The 85% of the other might get locked up, exactly. You know? So it's like, how do we know that? Yeah. You know, how do we know who's telling the truth, who's lying? You're supposed to be like proven. Right. You know, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Right. Exactly. But where's social media guilty before proven innocent? And matter of fact, if you're proven innocent, they got a problem with that because it's no story. Yeah.
It was already too much conflict before. They don't want to believe the truth.
They don't want the truth because the truth is not interesting.
The lie's more entertaining.
The lie's more entertaining. Yeah. Some people go to church just for the quiet. Yeah. You know, they necessarily don't want to be there for the message because they there for the entertainment. So we're going to go into this My Truth thing. Hey, Jackie, so how has this My Truth affected you, if any kind of way?
So when we're talking My Truth,
my bad.
My truth, because we are in a social media time or, you know, the internet. So my truth based on what I present is a lot of times different than what it is. So when I think of my truth, I always say I'm transparent because it requires too much energy to keep up a lie. You know what I mean? It's like, and then I'm absent-minded. So I might not be able to maintain that lie. So I have to put all of my cards on the table simply because I don't want to misrepresent who I am. But if we're going by social media, we live in a day and time where people can be anything that they want. Who's going to check the facts? You know?
Yeah, it's not about facts. I believe they say Hitler said that if you say something over and over and over again, it becomes the perception and it becomes a person's truth. So that's what we're dealing with, a society that has actually taken on lying as their religion.
and they believe it. They convince themselves of this lie.
Well, if you tell yourself again,
Mm-hmm.
if you tell yourself something over and over and over again, you start to lie to your brain, and then you start to be off. That's why they sound silly, because you start to make your own self like off. Like
Yeah.
you're playing with your you're playing with your brain, like you messing with the computer too much.
And that's the problem, right? Because it's like once you convince yourself, that don't mean everybody else convinced.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's
Just
right.
because you convince yourself for the lie, it still got to come out your mouth and hit somebody else's ear, and it's still gonna sound crazy.
Sounds a little
It's
crack.
gonna sound crazy.
Yeah.
So Mike, have you been exposed to my truth?
I believe we all have, especially with today's, like, not even just today, like just the government, you know what I'm saying? Like the school system, all that, like, especially when you go to school and you go to history class and everything is just, washed, you know what I'm saying? Like elementary school, I had to take a separate class that was called Black Saga. You know what I'm saying? Why do I gotta take a separate class for Black history? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. Why don't you just put it in the history class? You feel what I'm saying? Why are you trying to separate it? It's because you're trying to tell me a story that ain't even the story that relates to me and my own school system. And it makes people confused. Like, you got people growing up thinking that this person did this person did that, and we didn't do nothing. You get what I'm saying? People looking like, where are people that look like me that made something, that created this? Okay, we're going to get George Washington Carver, made some nuts. That's it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, give me some other people. Like, they only give you like the mainstream ones. Like this is not a damn test. Like, it's not this is not a what is the word? This is not. I don't know the word. Yeah, I am lost for words because I'm pissed. But yeah, just because you get what I'm saying, man.
But yeah, it's his story,
Right.
Yeah,
and
yo.
his story was actually made to benefit his own people. So when you setting something up like that, you're not setting it up so that we can see the greatness, see who is king, see where we was, see where we came from. Or if you actually see the slave, you always seeing the one type of slave. You're not seeing a rebellious slave. You're not seeing a Nat Turner. And like when you look at a Nat Turner, and trust me, I regret the loss of anyone's life, but Nat Turner was at war. So when he went to those people's house and he started slaughtering people to Caucasians, he was a terrorist. But to black people, he was a freedom fighter. So one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. And I guess that's how I could understand my truth. Because the people that the United States celebrate now would be at one time Martin Luther King was a terrorist as far as they was concerned. He was causing difficulty. Malcolm X causing difficulty. Muhammad Ali causing difficulty. Anybody came from Elijah causing difficulty. But that was their truth then. But then when you want to make a spin, if you control a story, you can change your truth. So it's a difference between perception and actual facts.
That's true.
If we live in a world of, that's whoa, Lord, I can't deal with that. That's mixed up. I have always been a factual type of person. Always been I want to know what's really going on. I always, as a kid, I was trying to find out what's up.
For real.
I wanted to know. I even if I ain't like it, I wanted to know. And I'm still to this day, I'm still studying myself, still studying others, but I study myself more than I study anything. Figure out why I do the things I do, why I feel the way I feel, and all that type of stuff like that. And I want to find the reality. I don't want to be like
Living in a fairy tale.
living in some type of fairy tale,
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why I look into everything.
Yeah.
I look into like everything, even if like when we was talking about speaking in tongues, I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna just say anything to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look into it and find, these people was at this place during this certain time and they couldn't speak this language. So he taught them how to speak this language so that they would be able to talk to people that couldn't speak this language. You know, it wasn't all that, you know what I'm saying? Because once you start thinking like, once you're conditioned to believe in tooth fairies and believe in stuff that has never changed anything. I heard a comedian say, he said, white people, there are no ghosts. Get off the drugs, there are no ghosts. Yeah, but he said, because if it was ghosts, the slaves will come back here. I seen the same thing. And whip you. And when you think about that,
really deeply.
You know, think about that. If people was haunting, if people was haunting people, right? Do you know what happened to the slaves? The Holocaust. It wouldn't be a German like. What?
There's only white ghosts.
Oh my God! If it's only white ghosts,
shit.
You know, but if it was only white ghosts, you know what I'm saying, then I guess they would get away. But the bottom line, you know what I'm saying, that's almost like what they said with the Last Supper, when you see those black people, they was cooking, you know. but you know, but getting back into that, you know.
Getting back into what, the subject or the topic?
No, we're not into the topic. We're not into this. You know, we let God just move this. We let them just move this.
By the time you get to us, we're not gonna know what
No, you gonna know. Just ride. Just take a ride.
With the ghosts.
So speaking of ghosts, we promised to do a show that we never did. Right? We promised to do a show that we never did. No, we're gonna answer the question. Don't worry, we're gonna come back, we're gonna flip it back, we're gonna move back, we're gonna flip it back. But yeah, you're right about that. Jackie, she just answered.
Jackie answered.
I answered.
Mike,
yes.
Soki answered.
Kojo.
Ramsey answered.
Yes, sir.
Have you ran into this My Truth?
Oh yeah. A lot of stick to that My Truth because if take for example, if you're in a relationship and you got a woman that don't take no crap, right? And then you go home with your truth. You're gonna have to stick to your truth until you get jammed up.
The world is going.
What your truth is, because I am so lost in this conversation from beginning.
He didn't back to the pop.
That's why I try to come to you last.
Mac and cheese with a biscuit.
I got you. So, Sonji.
That's funny.
Have you been exposed to this My Truth stuff?
She trying to say something so bad.
I don't know what to say.
Just say what you feel.
I don't know what to say. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's
Not
like
true.
none of it. It's like almost like a little kid
Yeah, do say that.
just learning how to know the difference between what's real and what's not. You know what I'm saying? You have to have that speech with your child, and they going around making up stuff, skipping around the house, making up all kind of stuff, and scaring you half to death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you tell your child, listen, you're like the little boy who cried wolf. I don't know what is true and what's not true with you, and if you keep doing this, I will never be able to defend you or help you when you're just lying. You know what I mean? So if you're lying all the time like that, and somebody you get jammed up, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not. And that's what I had to tell my kids. I'm like, listen, I'm the only one that's going to be able to help you if you get jammed up in anything. I don't care if what really happened. Just tell me what really happened, not what you thought happened. What really happened, so that I'll be able to defend you. Because other than that, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, everybody always wants to believe their kid is innocent and didn't do anything and blah, blah, blah. And a prime example, I said to my son one day, I said, who are these people around you that's influencing you to do these things? who is these people? Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? I don't want you hanging around that person. I don't want you hanging around that person. He says, Mom, I'm the ringleader. Ringleader, I'm the bully. I said, oh, Jesus, I raised the bully. Like, I'm all upset because I didn't see the signs. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, my truth, and I'm talking about my truth, he's innocent. He's never going to do he would never do anything bad. Everybody in their mind, you want to believe a person. You want to believe when they say these things that is true, and then they break your heart. So I had to teach them, and I taught them at a young age, but as they got older, they start doing these everybody do what they want to do,
So my truth is a fairy tale reality that people put themselves in to be able to handle life, like a spiritual drug. Some kind of like mystical.
That's delusional. I don't know.
It is delusional. It is delusional.
They hold on to their truth so they don't have to face
the truth.
Yes.
You don't want to have to face the truth, so you hold on to my truth.
That can be very in a sense too, like back and forth, because it's like we're trying to be better people, our surroundings better places. So in our mind, we try to believe that, okay, this person right here doesn't really have a problem with me. Just keep believing it. Eventually, they'll probably change. And it's like you actually have that power to do that. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to do if you're doing it for the good, positive reasons. But, for people that's trying to lead people into a dysfunctional place or to deceive them, that's when it's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even if you... Like, I can't technically change the way a person feel about me. Yeah. Right? All I can do is try to be the brightest light that I can be.
That you can be.
And if somebody was going to say your truth, right, what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know what you like.
Yeah.
So you could use it in that way, as long as you ain't affecting the truth.
The truth.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're affecting the truth, you start to be a little crazy. Now, Shaw, how has my truth affected you?
My kids.
Same thing, right?
They're right. 29, 28, 21, 17, and 15. So we got all different types of stories we get. And me and my husband, we believe it's some kind of disconnect, especially with the younger, my 17-year-old, she'll be 17 in December, and then my 15-year-old, I think it's the social media. You can't just tell me anything, and I'm going to find out. If I got to go up to the school, if I got to call, if I got to send emails, I'm going to be on it. So they can't tell me certain things. If it don't sound right, I'm going to check it. And if it do sound right, I'm still going to check it. But and then I think sometimes the schools they just allow the dysfunction. Because I had issue with my daughter's school, so I said, you know what, I'm going up to the school. I put my Adidas on, my hoodie on. I'm going up here, and I stayed up at the school all day. Back in my daughter's classroom. Now she in the 10th grade. I'm up in there, all the classroom, and I see her with my hoodie on. Because I wanted to blend. I wanted to blend in, but the schools is like the teachers just allow a lot of stuff, and I think sometimes, and then if the teacher try to correct them, then they racist or the teacher don't like me. It's like it's something where you can't check the kids anymore. So okay, but it's some kind of delusional. I think it's mainly more of like social media, because everything's perfect on social media.
That's true.
And they make up these stories to sound like powerful, and in their head they're doing everything they're supposed to do, but in reality they're not. And I think it's just like some type of disconnect. They live in, like my son, he plays I don't know, one of them games, not Grand Theft Auto, one of them games on there, and he's in the video game, but then sometime in real life he's like he's acting like he's in a video game. I'm like, we have to pull the game. They got to the point where we'll pull the game from him. Like, look, you gotta we going to the library, get some books, but you gotta pull them off because the reality set in. It's messing the kids up.
I think it's not. I think we're not adding up to the actual truth. And if we looked at truth like time, like anybody know anything about producing music, if you was to try to lock music in with each other, right? Lock the beat in with the rhythm. If it's off a little bit, right, from the truth, from the beat, then at first you can't really tell us off.
Got it. That's right.
But as time goes on, it will become further off and further off. And are we now living in a world, right, where we was locked into the truth?
Yep.
But because of our disassociation from the truth, and it's been a certain amount of time that has went on, now we're completely off rhythm and off time with the whole universe. And I think it starts from the lie we've been told.
Yeah.
Our misunderstanding of the things we practice. The whole Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like where's the acre in the mule?
You know,
at?
the whole Ghostbusters, right? The whole Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts, but let's think about it. Because I don't think we take time to think. I'm not telling you that there's no, you have a spirit, right? But y'all know good and well, if you think about the problems that you have, I know all the problems I had, I created them. I'm not saying that other people didn't have a part to play, but I played the number one part in the problems I had. It was no ghosts that did it, right? If and the demons that I have issues with are human beings, you know, that literally. Now, I'm not saying they're not possessed, but I don't believe that they possessed by the foolishness that you might think that they possessed with. Yeah. I believe they possessed with their alcohol. I believe they possessed with their drug. Trauma. I believe they possessed with their trauma.
Imbalanced chemicals.
Imbalanced chemical. I believe that they possessed with that. It ain't nothing floating around getting nobody, but it is stuff floating around in here. Because if your mind is so powerful that you can bring things into your reality, that just don't mean good things.
Yeah.
You know, you have power. Now, I was exposed to this whole thing because when I was young, I used to believe in ghosts, right? And at my grandfather's house, I used to have the same dream. Like that something was coming, not really a dream, because sometimes I was awoke, but something was coming from the basement. And it was coming from the basement. At that time, I'd be like, Jesus, 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 right? And then we'll go back in the basement because that's what I believed in, right? Come to find out, they took the furnace out the house, right? When they took this furnace out the house, never felt that again. None of the kids felt that again or nothing like that. When I started to study a little bit further, something, and I ain't gonna go into that story, but something happened with that furnace house. And I started to realize the energy, right, locks onto stuff. It's not that it was a ghost in the house, it was that my brain was tuning into the energy that was left. Because of my belief system, right? If my word for God was Allah, if my word for God was the Most High, whatever I believed in was going to shove that force down there, that's what was going to shove that force down there. Because it's this that has all the power. It's your belief system. Because and the reason why it's so powerful, and like somebody I say, well, be careful what you say out your mouth, right? But they just leave it like that. And I believe that we got to go a little bit further, because if we don't go no further, it's just ghost talk, right? But how about somebody told you, be careful what you say out your mouth, because in air, as you speak, is atoms. And atoms shape matter. And the electricity of your mind shocks that atom. And your will start shaping a reality. Then you might be a little bit careful about what you say out your mouth.
Yeah.
Because now it's making sense. I'm not talking to you like you a baby anymore. When I used to read the Bible, Leviticus verse 7, chapter, I think it's 7:11, in the beginning, it told you pretty much not to eat pork, right? So I was like, okay, that's what it said. So as a child, with the mind of a child, if you want to listen to your father you listen to it, but you say, oh, it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? He just talking about food. But you go and research it. You say, oh, dang, the pork only got one vein to go to his heart.
Ew.
He got to be sprayed off. He's 99% poison. One of the most cancer, toxic, you know. Now, I'm not saying all this to say the pig is bad, because the pig don't want to be ate. You know, but it has caused so many diseases because we have eaten it.
My
Right?
stomach is starting to hurt.
Now, now to jump on that and look at it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody will come and tell you, but you could pray over it and bless it clean.
I've heard that.
That don't
Right?
sound right.
But I've
Now-
heard
My stomach still.
Now
feels
let's
bad.
look at it, right? Because we don't go deep enough into this, right? When Jesus was around, for those who were Christians, was there a such thing called the New Testament when he was around?
no.
So if it wasn't a New Testament, all his information that he got at that time, right, was Torah related. So when you hear him speak, you always hear him speak from that standpoint. Not what people said after he left, but what he said, right? Now, in Timothy, it says, some teach you to eat certain foods. Some teach you not to eat certain foods, but God created all those foods to be eaten for all those that know God's word. Now, God's word was in the Old Testament. So it doesn't even apply if you don't know his word, right? But if somebody is not thinking and they just want to eat what they want to eat, you know, they figure, well, shoot, you know, God said you could eat all the foods, but guess what? If it was in the Old Testament and it wasn't labeled as a food, when he said God created those foods to be eaten, that don't even count there neither. It was just an animal. It wasn't a food. So I just say that to say, with all these people getting diseases from all these foods, right? Did the doctor come along and tell you can't eat this anymore? Was it that your prayers was no good? Or did God ever tell you could eat it in the first place? Or did you do your research? Or was you just in some spooky reality? We gotta get away from this Ghostbusters, because we've been in Ghostbusters so long. And Silky, how old are you?
23.
And it don't even sound right to you.
Yeah.
But I think it started from us just distorting the truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just distorting the truth. That's why we always talk about the lie. I would rather my child tell me. I told Daki, I said, just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
I said, I can handle the truth way better than I can handle a lie. I can fix it.
Yeah.
I'm here to fix it.
Yeah.
I ain't one of these fathers that I don't got time to be. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah.
You know, I can shame. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
You already done did it now.
Yeah.
I need to fix it. But if you wait until something crazy that happened, you didn't got.
Too long. It's too late.
Everybody else know the truth.
Everybody else know the truth before you know the truth.
Yeah.
Now she don't even know whether she want to give you the truth up front. She trying to dilute it and mix it up. You can't protect her. So I think in every level, I think in spirituality, in our life, in our sexuality, and everything, people need to know what's up. And this is something for the world. Everything that you do ain't right. And if you know you're doing something, I knew two drunks. I always talk about this. These two drunks was holding hands their whole relationship. Every time you see them, they drunk, but they was happy. As happy as they could be.
They was happy to be
Right?
drunk.
As happy as they could be. You didn't see them yelling at each other. You didn't see them abusing each other. In conversations, they always laughing. They're happy to be with each other. And this was terrible, right? Because eventually, one of them lost the other one, and then the other one went right behind because they didn't want to be without each other. But they loved each other more than the average people love each other. They wanted to be around each other all the time. Even in their foolishness, they was more happy than the average person.
probably why.
Huh? Go ahead.
I said that's probably why, because they was joined at their foolishness. Normally people do their foolishness alone elsewhere.
Gotcha.
so that probably struck
But
the bond.
the only thing is that foolishness didn't extend their life and lessen
It
them.
never does.
It never does.
Foolishness never extends.
Yeah. Foolishness, though, even when something tastes too good, you be like, man, sometimes I drink a juice and I'll be like, man, this tastes so good. I know I'm gonna get sick. You know, because it got so much sugar in it. Did I know I'm gonna get sick? Now we done said a lot, you know, but we know the common sense factory over there gobbling up this information, throw it into a common sense ball. Now you can on anything we actually said, Uncle Sheldon. We just freestyling right now. We just thinking, because thinking about this, my truth is like, sometimes, before I give it to you, sometimes you be wondering, you saying like,
but that's important.
When you be wondering, are you saying,
because
after having a conversation like this, because you like, or am I the only crazy one type of situation? What you Sheldon?
I'm gonna take it to a relationship standpoint. I'm gonna tell you a once upon a time story.
Okay.
I was dating this girl, and she had an attitude with me for over a month. Didn't say, because when she came in her house, her truth was the fact that I was with her. Now, this couch, I want you to picture this for me real quick. The couch.
You was with her what?
Say again?
When you broke up, we couldn't hear that last thing. That you was with her what?
Her friend on the couch.
Oh, I knew that's what it was.
Now, if you can, I'm gonna kind of give you try to give you a visual.
Okay, come on.
If you take Mrs. Shaw where she's sitting, that's the end of the couch.
Okay.
Okay.
And you take where Ramsey is, that's the other end of the couch.
Come on.
Her truth was the fact that we were where Sergeant and Coyote is on the couch.
Come on!
The truth was the fact that I was where Ramsey is, and she is where Mrs. Shaw is. That's the real truth. Okay. So I'm like, are you out your rabbit and man? What house did you walk into to see me hugged up? First of all, she's under a blanket. I ain't cold. So I know I was nowhere near your friend. First of all, how dumb you think I am to be on the couch hugged up with your friend to begin with? That's one thing. But then I was like, okay, all right. You had I went that way because you were some foolishness. that my truth thing, it's like, oh, I don't have a problem admitting to anything that I've done. I don't have a problem. But don't give me something that I ain't had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that one on. Had nothing to do with that. You know? I don't know if the lens crafters wasn't working. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, your prescription ain't strong enough. I don't know. Something wasn't right. But your truth, that's your truth. Hey, okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go with the truth. I'm gonna go over here chilling.
Yeah, we need to go with the truth. You remind me of the couch, right? So I'm gonna do a real quick story. This lady was coming. I was on the couch, right? Her girlfriend was on the couch, right? Back in the day, they had them little radio, little CD players. I had my earphones on, right?
You walking man.
Cause I wasn't gonna be looking at a girlfriend because her girlfriend was fine, right? So I'm not. I say I'm the type of person. I'm not giving you all that. So I'm listening to the music, right? Fronting like I don't know. I'm next to somebody that is fine as hell, right? My girl is upstairs. So my girl, you can hear the movement of the top floor. I kid you not, right? When my girl hit the top step, when you hit the top step, you can't see in the room. By the time she hit the second step, this girl had got in my lap.
What?
She is freaking butt naked.
She
Right?
get butt naked.
Listen, I got my
She
earphones
get
on.
butt naked sitting next to you though.
Listen, I got my earphones on.
God.
I got my earphones on, right? Now I'm telling you, no, this is the truth, right? So when my girl came down the steps, she stopped. I looked at her. I looked at the girl, and I said out my mouth because I respect game, right?
Yeah.
And I said, you good? I literally.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, because like the way I think is like
understand.
I think of everything. I was like, you good? My girl said.
Good at what?
My girl said, B, get the hell out my house, right? She said, I said, listen, she said, Coyote, I ain't trying to hear that. You nasty. You ain't did this. You would have asked me to come down. B, get the hell out my house.
At least you know you're true. But I'm saying, like,
She told her to go and never even talked to me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Never even talked. So I had to bring it up to her. I said, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? She was like, Coyote, come, Coyote,
that's beautiful.
Coyote.
That's a beautiful ass story.
She said, let's play it back how it really would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You would have called me on the phone.
Hey,
your girl is
girl,
is
but
your
ass
girl is
nigga down here.
Down here.
What's up with it?
With it, yeah. She know what was up, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it because I didn't know if she had it like.
So did she just get her stuff and leave though?
Oh yeah, because she was gonna beat her up, right? Like she wasn't that same. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't that same. When she told her to leave, that was just so she wouldn't go to jail, right? Because she had already known. Because what she told me later, the reason why she didn't say anything is because of the fact is how about she said, how about my girl that said you tried to rape her? How about if it played out another way? You know what I'm saying? Because I was planning in my head, you know, because when I thought back at it, I was like, man, they could have went down like this. Maybe I could. But then she kind of like broke my little porn fantasy. She was like, how about if it went down another way? How about if she came down and she was crazy enough to do that? How about she had scratches all over her? And all that type of stuff like that. How about she said you did this and you did that? And I said, dang, you sure know how to...
That would have been her truth, though.
No, like, I'm confused. Like,
that bull jive.
Her friend, but back in those days, girls would do things if they wanted to be with your person, and they not necessarily want to. No, I'm mixing it up. Not necessarily want to be with your person.
yeah,
But she didn't have a person.
yeah, just to manipulate the situation.
And she seen us have this good relationship. Oh, we don't never fuss and argue and all that stuff. And she wasn't feeling none of that.
It's just like, was they friends or they just friends? Like, because
well,
like,
obviously
damn.
they wasn't friends.
Yeah, because like that's what I'm saying. Like, because this is somebody you grew up with. I'm like, yeah, she really did that.
Exactly.
Listen, no, this is what. Well, I'm gonna tell you why my curriculum was broken. Because she was fine as hell. So she was so fine, right? And she would always wear these tops and all this crazy
brown
stuff.
Skin, dark skin.
Listen. So this is what I did.
Wait.
If Soji is the girl.
No, don't put me in
If
the
Soji is the girl, I turned like this. Cause I'm not trying to look at her.
How she butt naked while you sitting here? You ain't even sense.
No.
By taking her clothes off.
No. I didn't sense because I can tell you what I was doing. Erica
I'm gonna start taking my clothes off right now. She said, wait.
Listen, I wasn't looking at her, and the reason why I wasn't looking at her because before she took her clothes off, her clothes was off.
Okay.
Meaning her clothes wasn't off.
Yeah.
But she had this.
Yeah. She was real exotic.
What is she talking about?
Sundress.
How could she tell she didn't have no? She didn't.
Was it sweatpants? Like I want to know the
no
attire.
sweatpants. What it was? I can tell you exactly what it was. I can tell you exactly what it is, even though I don't really remember. It was a blue mini skirt.
I knew it was a dress or something.
With white straps, with one of those things that came apart in the back.
That sounds like a lot of.
It was going again. She was fast.
This is a brown couch.
Huh?
Was the couch brown?
No.
Gray.
No, it was one of them couches.
It's gonna be scenes on them.
I put it like this.
Okay.
Well,
Let me tell you like this.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't hear the earphones on,
Yeah.
I would have heard it. You know why? Because it was a plastic couch.
Oh.
It wasn't really plastic, but it was plastic
it made
on
that
the
noise.
couch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was an, you know, now that you done took me down memory lane.
Okay, well, can we change the subject?
Thanks,
You
sir.
took over.
So you don't go
Shelton,
to sleep.
Uncle Shelton had a story. You done took over his story.
R&B and Rakim.
Paid in
And I
full.
came through the door.
okay.
You know. But it was like, I'm glad that the person I was dealing with was rational.
Yeah.
Not
Understood
if she would have made it all the way down them steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a WWE match. But it was only because she knew the girl
Right.
She got that.
And she knew you.
was on some. Yeah, she
Yeah,
knew me.
that's-
She knew me.
yeah.
But it ain't like she knew me. Like, hey, I'm so good. She
Yeah.
just knew.
She just knew, yeah.
She just say,
But even then though, that
you
feel
know.
good though. Like just to know, like you
Yeah.
ain't even. Yeah. You
I
ain't-
felt that.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt, and not only that, she didn't even bring it up.
That's what I'm saying.
I had to bring it up.
Because
I
it
had to
makes you
bring,
like, you know, like
I'm like, you ain't think that, you know, because after a while, I start, what you don't
start
think?
second guessing
You know,
yourself.
Exactly.
You ain't think I was doing that? Flipping around, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. You don't think I was, you know, man? You know what I'm saying? But she was like, you would have called me.
Mm-hmm. I sure would have. I understand.
You would have called me.
I'd have called.
You know? And she said, and you don't like to get played. You don't like to get set up. You don't like to get out of. And she said, and the first words out your mouth was, "You good."
You good. Yeah.
I know how you think. You know, and I thought about it. I was like, damn, that shouldn't have been the first words out of my mouth. But I always was the type of person that I gave the devil his due.
Okay.
Like
Don't
when
give
certain
him no
things,
credit.
when certain things happen, I was like,
Don't give him no credit.
you good. You know, like meaning that was
got you.
smart. Because everything I do is,
They got you.
you got me.
Yeah.
You know,
You was sleeping, fell asleep at the wheel.
I fell asleep at the wheel. I fell
First
asleep
of
at the
all,
wheel.
you shouldn't even have been sitting on their couch
Oh,
because women are crafty.
Mm.
And if it was a relationship that could have went the other way, you know what I'm saying? I know plenty of guys that don't even let themselves get in no predicaments like that because they know how women are. And nowadays, with this my truth, you really gotta be
Oh
slick.
yeah, you
I
got
didn't.
it.
If this was back in the day, if this
Oh no,
was
no,
now,
I'm not judging you.
I'd
Yeah,
be like, oh no, I don't
yeah.
think you're judging. I'm not. I
Yeah.
can't even judge myself.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, stand up because you're behind crazy. I'm gonna sit down.
Crazy.
What you say, Uncle Shelton? He can't
I
judge
ain't
himself.
gonna sit behind crazy. I'm gonna sit down.
Yo,
If there's a couch, a chair, I'm gonna sit down. I ain't my fault that you on the slow bus.
That's right. That's right.
You said you can't sit down because she crazy. That could get you. That could. Get
I'm gonna sit down. Whether you crazy,
you. It could,
I'm gonna sit my behind down. I was tired. I work.
you're gonna be sitting down like the bus, right? You know. You that could cost you your freedom though these days.
Now, Sheldon, you remember the girl at the? I ain't gonna say no names, but you remember the girl at the actual set that was drinking and was wanted to do stuff, and she was real pretty.
Yeah.
And this wasn't during the Me Too area, and we shut her down. We might have thought afterwards.
Yeah.
Nah, it be like that.
But we shut her down. You know, we had to debrief. Men got to be able to control themselves,
Yeah.
right? We knew that if we ventured in that, and her family was rich too, and she knew what she was doing, right? You know, but when you get together with the men and behind closed doors, it's like, God damn.
Well, you're not behind closed doors.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know.
we be like, you be like, God damn, man, you know that you didn't
You're in
take,
front of
that
everybody.
you didn't partake of the bread, but
Partake.
But-
Butt take. You know what?
But
No, no.
take of the bread.
We is not using this.
But we know we did the right thing
Yeah.
because of the fact is everybody would have went to jail if she decided that I don't want to act like I was super slut. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to enjoy it. Know that you gotta be able to think. You know what I'm saying? To be like, nah. But that same scenario happened today with all these cameras and all that type of stuff like that. That would have looked pretty bad on that couch. You know, and y'all wouldn't have believed me neither. They would have had me on Instagram.
Yeah, your truth wouldn't have worked. Your truth would not have worked.
Look at slow motion, like look at the hands.
His fingers should be like this.
My hands is like this.
His fingers like this.
Now people, hey, listen, and they would keep replying. You're good.
Yeah.
You're
You're the only one keep replaying it.
Then they would say the man said. He said that she just jumped in and he came downstairs. But let's look at the video, guys. Let's look at the video, guys. Kevin would have ate me up too. Yeah. Let's look at the video, guys. Let's just look at it to see what you believe. I don't know, maybe. Y'all tell me. You're good. Hands, guys. You know what I mean? And it'd been terrible. It'd have been terrible. But man, the thing about all that, we just gotta be safe.
Yeah.
As we living in a real reality world. But just to even be able to think about this crazy stuff. Y'all women, have y'all ever had like a crazy situation that happened that you barely escaped in your relationship or something crazy or got set up or something?
Really? Really?
Man, no, Jackie. You been got tied up, gagged up somewhere.
I did have a situation. I did have a situation when I was in my 20s. Everything is always in my 20s. It's always in my 20s. I had I had a friend that came up. Somebody came over, and this is when I stopped letting people. You know, when you're living by yourself, you're a female, and a gentleman pops by and they come in, you don't know what kind of mindset they on. So the gentleman decides, oh, can I use your bathroom? I said, sure. He out with no clothes on, just butterball naked, right? And I didn't give him the impression that it was that time.
I was going to ask you that.
I didn't. I feel like once you let them in your house, that's what they, you know what I'm saying? So I got to the point where, you know, I was just like, oh, can I stop by? Sure, come on over. And he went in that bathroom and he came back. And the thing about with me, I'm not attracted to a man that just takes all his clothes off because he's desperate to me. I don't know. It just seemed like he's desperate. He just took all his clothes off. I know he got a cosign. He took all his clothes off. And
He ain't want to
door. Crazy.
Swinging. He came out dancing. It was swinging.
He ain't no fool with no zippers, no buttons, no nothing. He's just like, look.
You know, he didn't have nobody. Nobody at all. I wish he went back in there, got the rest of his body. You know what I mean? Put the rest of his clothes on.
Oh, he ain't had nobody?
He was just tiny. He was a real teeny guy, and he came out.
So he wasn't swinging.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Lex Luthor.
I'm talking about his whole body. He was just a little guy.
He was a little guy. You needed a man. You needed something.
He was a little guy, right? And you know how sometimes, you know, they look better in their clothes if they look bigger.
He's shorter than you?
I don't remember. It was, you know, I don't remember.
How about if he was Roman Reigns or something coming? Yes.
That might be the reason why.
Okay.
It was a little repulsive. I was like, so then after that, I was like, listen, I don't invite.
I know he was hurt.
Yes.
That boy hurt. I hope he watching
Hurt
it.
and cold. Damn.
He might be dead.
Damn.
I don't know.
Terrible.
Go into this. The message is not reflected.
I don't think he's dead.
Coyote Man show.
We ain't
I'm just saying, no.
Coyote Man show.
I don't think he's dead. I'm just saying that he might have passed, you know, because people die, you know?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you just want him to die.
That's what happened, and asked him to leave.
So before we go to Shaw, we want to find out what bondage, gag in the mouth, ball in the mouth.
Hey, hold on. I ain't finish. Why
Okay,
you
go
cut
ahead.
me short?
Go
You
ahead.
talk
Yeah,
for
she wasn't
20
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Coyote talk
Go
for
ahead.
25
I'm
minutes.
just trying to finish. Go ahead.
No,
ahead.
you ain't
Go
passed
ahead.
nothing when
ahead.
you was talking about your lady sitting on your
No,
lap.
I'm fine. You
And
can talk about
everything-
Swing the Day
and
all the time, but it got bad when he was all bony coming out. He didn't die. You done killed them all for it. You know what I'm saying? You done killed them all. I just shut it down when you start talking about killing. You know what I'm saying? Because murder don't happen.
I didn't say nothing about killing. I said he probably did. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. For all I
He
know.
probably did. You know? I don't know. I mean,
He could be happily married in Las
I don't know
Vegas.
what happened. My,
Yeah, he happily married in
In
Las
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
He started
Yeah.
lifting weights and
I
got
like
some
that
weight.
children. I
He
like
got
that.
some weight on him now. You know,
That sounds
Come on.
he
That's
can
not-
walk
yeah.
around in a little bit of clothes and and not nobody think that half his body is missing.
I know it's going downhill again. It's
He
going
out here.
downhill. It's going downhill again. So, are you finished?
Go ahead, Coyote.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
He's dying to get this BDSM.
Oh, see, I knew. See, I didn't even say that.
No, but
So what happened to
Okay.
you?
Somebody probably might be
BDSM.
You're not shy.
I'm not shy. No.
Okay, so
I'm not shy. So, long time ago.
long.
Always a long
Long.
time.
One time ago.
Way back then.
Wait,
Once upon a time. Once upon a time.
once upon a time.
You know, you have people that say, "Oh yeah, I'm with this. Let's do it," and then they actually see what it's about, and then it's like,
Guys,
"Oh no, I didn't sign up for this bullshit."
I missed the whole Jackie, I missed it.
I'm all dressed in costume and everything, you know, got my little whip,
Okay.
you know, ready. That was, I didn't have the ball, Coyote.
Got you.
It was because I like Catwoman. That's my thing. And you know,
Well, to kill them.
hold up, and I
He
come
going
out
with the
and
killer
I'm like,
too.
the whip just swinging it. Like, oh no, we didn't talk about that.
Where you hit him at?
I didn't get
50 Shades
to
of
use
Grey.
the whip.
He's on his back.
Dress like, oh no, we didn't talk about that.
Oh,
And
you
I'm
scared him
standing
away.
there, hot and horny as hell. He talking
Was you rolled up to?
I knew it. I'm here.
See, now you know.
No, you out like that.
No, he didn't know
just
what
pull
that
the whip
was.
out.
So
That's
you
what it
you
was.
just busted out on
You,
the bathroom.
you left the wave at home.
What was it?
You did the wave with
He said what
I
he
said,
said.
this is what I'm into, BDSM. I broke it down.
He ain't
Oh, yeah,
know.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
He didn't pay
He didn't
attention.
know.
He wasn't
He
even
didn't
listening
know.
to
This
you.
the thing. He wanted a porn star so bad, but didn't know what was
But he
coming
didn't
with.
want
That's
the whip.
you know what I'm saying?
He was hitting something.
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah,
doing
I'm with
how-
all that. BDSM.
Okay.
people.
Get about her.
Mac
You forgot the wave.
So
Forgot.
Shaw Tax Solutions. So, have you had an experience way back in the day, way back in the day? There's something, you know, might have went down.
Got all hot and bothered.
You fanning now.
See how they got all hot?
That went left, or I mean, like anything.
Yeah, the went left.
I mean,
It's the Catwoman thing. Yeah.
I'm here.
well, I think it kind of.
She bad as me now. She bad as me.
Then you broke that down, girl. You sound like a daggone DJ cutting that bad boy up.
All right. I was in my 20s. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, long.
Time ago. Okay, and my boyfriend at the well, you know, he liked to go to the shop to get the they had the DV shop and they had all the little oils and all the different trinkets and all that stuff. So so me not reading stuff. They had this the lube sections and all this other stuff, and they had this red peppermint bottle. I said, oh, this looked nice. It was white and it looked like a peppermint. I said, okay, this is some nice oil and everything. Okay, all right. So we go home, we trying all this stuff and everything. I said, all right, whip out the peppermint stuff. So he whips it out, and it's tangly a little bit. But I'm thinking, it was like you use like KY. And that was a no-go. So he putting it on there, lube. And we getting into it, and I was like, this this feels kind of warm. I said, wait a minute. I said, do it supposed to feel? And this before the warm and jelly came out. This was in the 90s. I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to feel like this. And all of a sudden, fire. So I'm jumping out. I'm running through the hall. I'm hold up.
What
you saying?
Fire from where?
Fire.
It felt like fire.
It felt like fire. It was like instant fire. It went from lukewarm to like hot, hyper hot.
Was y'all already doing something before you put it there?
We were just rubbing it, just playing around, and then I was like, all right, well, he put doing this stuff and everything.
I want to know where you put it at. Where did it get on him too?
But we used it like KY, and that's what
Did it burn him too?
Well, not more him, but me. And I was on fire. When I tell you the pain, and I was, he just standing there. I'm running up and down the apartment. I had to get a tub of ice water. He was putting ice. It was bad.
You had the Dr. Fauci gel. You had the Dr. Fauci.
And when I looked at it, it was pepper massage oil. Not to use below the belt.
Please do not use below the belt.
Oh my goodness.
So, Rams, you got a story.
Pull something out the archives.
Rams, you got something in the archives way back. Way back. It's so far back, Star Wars, but this is back there.
I gotta go through my I gotta think some more.
Okay, you gotta meditate on it.
I gotta think some more.
You gotta meditate.
So we pretty much talking about what a bad experience.
Yeah, something that went left.
He got dig deep.
Gotta dig deep.
Yeah, anybody else need to,
Jimmy, you ain't normally that shy.
Let him go.
Okay, so
let Ramsey go, man. You got that, Ramsey.
Okay, let me see. Hey, Kojo.
Yes, sir.
Baby.
Have you ever had a situation that you supposed to be getting into something intimate, but it went left?
Oh man, I got a few of them.
Okay. You gotta get to the mic.
Just give us a couple now.
Just a couple. Oh man, okay. I lived in this small town, the Eastern Shore.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mention the name.
Okay.
And I was seeing this lady, right? We worked together, and I would sometimes sneak into her house and all that, and she had somebody, right?
Oh Lord.
So I'm there, we're doing what we do, and then as we get to a point where everything came off, right? The husband knocked on the door.
Oh no.
Oh.
So I had to jump over the balcony, 2 floors.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
What they call that when you jump on buildings and jump around? What kind of things they?
Right here to my kneecaps. Luckily I had my car parked back. So I just run around the building, jumped in. The next day, the husband came to my house.
What?
With a gun.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he know about you. Bullets now?
He had heard what we were doing on the job. People had told
you was working with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what you learned, though.
So way back.
Wait.
82.
Way back in the day. You can't be held accountable for it now.
Yeah. He came knocking on the door. I didn't know what's in my open door. He said, "You see this gun? I cleaned it up for you. If you say one word to my wife again, you're gonna get it."
Wow.
It scared me so bad when I saw the lady that next day on the job.
So that's why you don't know what a side piece is.
Yeah, you don't know what that
is. It's not for today. That's
it's not. It's vocabulary.
That's right. Just in case he watched the show,
I would never do that again.
No.
I will never do that. Never do that again.
That was scary. It went way left. When I was just about at the door.
Yeah.
Did you jump out the window naked? What happened?
From the balcony.
Did you have clothes on?
No, my pants were down to my knees.
So you lucky you ain't bust your head.
Yeah. Oh man, I landed on my
Luckily,
I
you landed on your feet.
Down.
Yeah.
So Kojo, but before we get to Ramsey, because he's still politics, give us one more. Give us one more.
One more, man.
Yeah, he possibly stalling. We're gonna let him go.
It's too many
today.
of them. Just give us your worst one.
Oh my goodness.
That was worse.
Let me see.
You said you didn't want no bad ones.
She said that was worse.
Yeah, he almost had
No.
He said no. He just told you no.
Okay,
No, go on the mic.
Okay, I lived in Canada, right? And I was going from Toronto to Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital of Canada, all right? So I happened to run into this lady on the train, right? We got out, we got to Ottawa. We left the train station, called a cab, went to the hotel, right? I didn't know she was a hooker.
Oh,
and she came to a pimp.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
You know, so we did what we had to do, right? So he said, where's my money?
Oh shit.
Oh,
I said,
dogs.
I thought we just friends on the train. We're talking on this. No, you're going to pay me more money.
It's that simple.
So she grabbed me in the hallway of the hotel and called me everything I did to her. Called me out. You you jacked me up. Literally. They had to call the cops.
She's a big girl.
You about Medina?
She was trying to fight you.
No, she wanted
got a
money.
He-Man?
It was only like $15. But we didn't talk about no money. I was like, we took the train.
You need a shot.
Why you could get
You need a shot in 2022.
Because we didn't talk about no
You
money.
could have had a chicken box.
Need a conversation.
I didn't want to.
What kind of conversation did y'all have?
Kojo had a chicken box hole.
What do you do for work? What do you do for work?
Yes.
What kind of conversation did y'all have? Hey, I'm Kojo. What's up with it? How you feeling? Like, cause I'm like, damn.
I buy you a chicken
so-
box.
We talked, so we didn't talk about no money. It was like she was going there to wait. I paid for the hotel.
Kojo, she was a crackhead, man. She only was worth
Lord.
$15.
No. Oh, back in the day, 1979.
What kind of condom you
Back in the
use?
day,
Yeah.
$15 is a lot of money.
That's how much the box of condoms cost.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
You need to strap up
but
5
we didn't
times.
talk about money at all, so that kind of
Cracky.
shocked me. So she jacked me up.
Damn.
I was in the suit.
And she was strong because she was
Yeah.
a crackhead.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know about the crackhead.
I'm appalled.
Back then was just mainly weed. It was mainly weed.
It was mainly.
They be want that money when they do, no matter what she do for
So
them.
Kojo,
She called.
we gonna come back to you. You definitely have scared us today. I ain't even doing none of that. I want to go get a shot. Just having that conversation.
A few of them.
Crackhead, man.
Now, Ramsey, I'm a dick. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
give us one.
I'm still trying to think.
Oh,
of one. And the problem,
Okay.
like I said, 'cause we looking for what experiences that was bad. I can't think of a bad
Because
experience.
you never had a bad experience.
Maybe it wasn't bad for you, but
never
bad for
had-
somebody else.
You never had a situation
Nah,
that
I
you
can-
shouldn't have been in that almost got killed.
Yeah.
Everybody looking at him.
I know we all like,
All right. Let Ramsey go because Ramsey obviously is wanted in other states. Yeah. What you got, Silky?
Hey, I can give you 2. So, I mean, the first one I would say is when first time I ever started getting fellatio, and I was outside, and I didn't ask for it. It was randomly, and that's what I was like, no, but
Coyote, let
this
him
was
tell
my
his
girlfriend. He good. That was my girlfriend at the time, right? So she was like, let me just do it, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna say no, but I'm like, I'm nervous first time, so. Okay, I went straight to sleep after. This is outside. I went in the house. This is the best sleep
at house?
No, I went to my house. Went straight to sleep. I'm not gonna say how old I was.
Yeah,
but
let's leave
yeah,
that.
I was young, but it was, oh my god, best sleep I ever got. But a couple of days went by. She had got her best friend. We at the same spot. And she said she was gonna get her best friend to join in, and I was like, "Yes, that's exactly how I was." For real? She was like, "Yeah, for real." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So it's about to happen. As soon as it started happening, best friend get down, girlfriend gets up, walks away, mad, and I'm like, "What? Well, what did I do?" What did I do?
You was too into it.
What?
Yes,
Like,
you
what was I
smiled.
supposed to
You
do?
was too excited.
But it already happened. It already started. And it's like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why would you? Why? Don't do that.
She set you up.
No, that's not. That's messed up. That's your own head. Don't
set you
play games with me like that. I was happy. I thought, look, I was like, this is how it works. You just come outside and you got a mean suck. Okay, cool. So I was happy. Come to find out, it was just I wanted to see if you was really going to do it.
Oh
and
my!
She set you up.
Yeah, but then time went by, and it was always the promise of we can actually do it one day. And then Shorty just, I don't know what happened to her. Like for real, this was my girlfriend, and she just disappeared. Never seen her in school no more or nothing. But it wasn't because of that. This was months later.
Old school trick, right?
Oh God.
If you ever went through something like that, you hold both of their heads down and you enjoy yourself like a motherfucker. And then when they come up,
In that situation, I just didn't like.
oh, you didn't feel it, not the way you do it, baby.
So the second one, I would say, all right. So I was messing with one of my friends, you know, and she was real cool, and I stopped messing with her in that way because I found she had a boyfriend. So I was being respectful. And my man's, which is his man, they closer. He told me they was breaking up. You know, he was like, they're not gonna be together, not no more. He breaking up with her. So that week, I hit her up, and she like, oh yeah, come through. I wasn't trying to do nothing the first time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see you in a minute, so I'm just trying to chill. Second day I come by, I'm getting the yada mean because she was a regular fellatio giver, and I wasn't doing anything with her like that, you know, like just the whole thing. But this time I was like, you've been giving me so much fellatio for the past years. I'm going to actually give you the yada mean, the whole thing. Okay. So I do it, right? I keep hearing this banging. And at this point, we're about to get the money shot. So I hear boom, 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 boom. I keep hearing it. And she not doing them. So I'm like, maybe it's somebody in the house doing something. You know what I'm saying? She hears it. She just keeps going. So I'm like, okay, cool. I finish. As soon as I finish, I'm real fast, like, you know, with the hands a little bit. I hear somebody coming up the stairs. So I'm buckling up. Ex-boyfriend comes through the door, right?
Oh my God!
But he was coming to get something supposedly, and I just got it's stuff everywhere.
Did you give her a milkshake?
No, she didn't have him. I don't know. I don't even remember. I was trying not to look because I was just like trying not to laugh, and I knew him, so it was like, ooh, this feel kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And he just was like, "What's up, Mike?" And I'm like, "What's up?" But then the primary boy, like the actual boyfriend calls, and I found out later on they never broke up. Oh, so my con. Oh, I fucked up. I messed up.
Just a friend.
The whole time now, like I'm telling the truth about the situation. Shorty lying and make it seem like, you know, this never happened. Block me and everything. Like we don't talk no more. All that, and it made me like, yo, that's crazy. And the thing is, I could have told your boyfriend everything that happened, and like it would have been. They know me, they know what's up. I'm not gonna lie about that. You get what I'm saying? So his man's told him the truth, like not the full truth. He just told him, you know, like at the end of the day, bro, you gotta check your girl. Yo, she's definitely lying. But you know, Mike ain't gonna say too much because he don't want to basically put it out there and you know make her look bad neither. So I just kept my distance. But he was talking a lot of shit one day, and it was a hotel party, and I said I was gonna pull up. Only reason why I said I was gonna pull up because he kept trying, antagonize me. And then when I got there, he was gone. So it's like, don't do that in front of your friends, well, our friends. And then when I pull up, you be gone. But it was God. It was nothing but God, because that didn't need to happen. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have to happen over a lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? God did that intentionally like that. And it was beautiful. It's sad at the same time, though, but God bless
all
her.
our stories were sad.
Yeah.
So,
whoa, I got one for y'all.
Wait a minute.
I got this one.
Did Shelton do his?
I got this one. I got to give y'all this one.
I don't want you to do
because I could have went to jail. No. It ain't nothing. I ain't do that. Check this out. So, back in the day, right?
When I was
back in the way back. I mean, this is really way back in the day. I had this rap group, right? Mm-hmm. So we went over my boy. We went over to my boy DJ Rock. We went to my boy DJ Rock D house, right? Mm-hmm. And we supposed to interview Wait a minute. We're supposed to interview this dancer, right? Her name was Maria, right? So the dancer came over. I kid you not, she had a trench coat when she came over, right? So I told her all this stuff. I didn't know what's up. So I told her all this stuff before she came, before she started dancing. So I told her, I said, listen, we can't have no relationships. You know, we can't have nothing in here because I didn't want nothing to destroy the group. And when relationships was in the group, it was just mess the group up. If they broke up, the group wasn't together no more. So Rock D put the music on. She's trying to audition in front of us. She drops the trench coat. She just got a bikini on. And she's completely built, right? She's built to death. We ain't seen this. We little kids. She 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? We still in our teenage years. But, so we like, yo, Rock D was like, yo, you had to come with all those rules, man. Ain't slick, you know what I'm saying? I was the person that was like the brain of the crew. It's like, you gonna have to come up with something, right? So he was like, we're gonna go down your cousin Darnell house because we can't be down here, right? So Rock D mother said, he ain't going nowhere, he staying here, right? So we go down to my cousin Darnell house. So when we got down Darnell house, Darnell mother wasn't home. And Darnell mother, my aunt, she would like beat the living crap out of us. She wasn't playing no games, right? I mean, she was the real deal, you know, like construction worker type stuff. If she came into the house, it's gonna be a problem. So they said, Coyote, not that time they called me something else, slick. They said, listen, you're gonna have to say something to this girl because she seemed like she down, but you didn't give her this thing and she wanna be in the company. So the girl was like, well, I would mess with y'all. She said, but you said we can't have no relationships on. I said, we can't, but the day is a Tuesday.
Oh my God.
I said, and we don't put nobody in on a Tuesday. Right? She was like, all right. So she went upstairs. It's me, Fox, and Darnell, right? So I wasn't going to sleep with the girl because I didn't feel comfortable sleeping with her.
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't have neither.
So, but Fox wanted some, and my cousin was the first one that got the chance. So he in the room with her, but you know, so I don't got nothing to do because I ain't gonna have sex with her anyway. So I decided to just play around. So Eazy-E had a song called on his songs that say, "Your D can't get H. Your D can't get hard. Your D can't." So I kept playing that over again. Your D can't get hard. 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 He was like, my cousin Mash came out and was like, my D can't get hard. Stop that like that, right? So he went and started turning up, right? When he started turning up, Fox, he was like our fat boy out of the crew. He was like, every thrush, he was in it more than my cousin. He was just like, you know, because he was like living it, like he's gonna get his chance. He finally gonna get to be with a girl like me and my cousin would be with, right? So it's getting close. It's getting close. Boom! It's over. It's time. Fox time to come in the room.
I'm disgusted.
The door slams. The door slams. Darnell!
Oh, he hurt.
Darnell! That's Darnell's mom, right? That's my aunt, right?
Fox hurt.
So Fox was like,
no.
He was like, but I want to go in the room. I said, yo, Fox, my aunt will beat the living shit, right? So Fox was like breaking down because he thought he finally was gonna get a chance. So Maria said, hey, I'm just gonna walk down the steps and go ahead and leave because I was like, I said, young lady, I said, my aunt, I said the ass, it would be terrible. Like so she really realized that what I was saying was true. So now they always came to me to get them out of trouble. They say, man, listen, you gotta get us out of trouble. You know what my aunt is gonna do. You know what my mother gonna do if she come up these steps. So she said, Darnell, do you have any women up there?
She already knew.
And he said, no, ma, no, ma'am. She said, who up there? He said, ain't nobody up here with Slick. Oh. She said, well, Slick ain't gonna lie. She
Oh,
said, Slick,
shit.
do you have any women up there?
Not
I said, no, ma'am.
Not me.
I don't have any women up there.
That's why I was watching.
Diane. Said, well, I don't like the way you said that, Slick. So in about 10 minutes, I'm coming up there after I get myself together.
Fox got his 5 minutes.
Maria said, hey, listen, I'm just going
Go out the
to
window.
slide down the steps. I said, yo, my aunt will really beat your brains in, right? And she was like, I'm getting scared. So Fox was like, I said, shut up, Fox. You trying to get killed. I said, Darnell, man, you got to get me out of this trouble. I said, listen. He said, Slick, you just got to come up with an idea. Bing. I said, I got one. I said, remember those mic cords that we used at Milford Mill during the show? He said, yeah. I said, what we're going to do is we're going to tie the mic cords to Fox's stomach, and I'm going to lower her down.
Oh, good.
Before your mother come up, his mother was serious, right? So we tied the mic cords to Fox. The mic cords look like this. But when we start to lower her down, it's that. And the first thing that me and Darnell said, because I didn't know that even though that rubber is big, it's only 2 little wires in it, right? And she had to weigh about 160 pounds of pure everything where it's supposed to be. So when it broke, me and Darnell both looked at the mic cords at the same time and said, we done ruined a perfectly good mic cord, right? And she was so far, boom, right? Then she fell into all these branches and stuff. So me and Darnell start running down the stairs, going past the stairs, and his mother is looking to see if anybody coming down the stairs besides us. Hi, Diane. We go past. She don't see no women, so she cool. But she get up, she got blood, she like branches all in there and blah blah blah. She's like, I just need y'all to take me inside. I said, you want us to throw you from there, cat? So she going up. I never forget. She going up the walkway.
Just tore up from the floor up.
Just tore up. Just tore up from the floor up.
Doing something
Just
she ain't
tore
no
up
business
from the
doing.
floor up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you remember Perkins Projects?
Perkins. Yeah.
Perkins Projects. Because back in the day, we'd just be on the phone. And we would call people. We would have these blind dates. So we had all the girls' voice always sound good over the phone. It was like, but what I learned when you younger, if their voice sound pretty, they pretty ugly, right? Their voice sound rough, you might be okay. So we going down Perkins Project, and I already described I have some blue felines on and everything like that. When we get down there, these girls are big, like they like big. I mean, like tall, big, gold in their mouth, stuff like that. So Fox was down there, and Fox was like, "Yo, man, I'm still down. I'm still trying to beat." I was like, "Yo," I said, "We'll die down here, yo." I said, and then one of these little guys rolled on his bike. He said, "Yo, don't mess with that girl. She broke my man D, right?" Because they was big, right? And they look hardcore.
She broke hers. Oh my!
So I said, "Hey y'all," I was like, "Hey y'all, I'm about to roll up." They said, "You ain't going nowhere, Slick.
That can break.
We know it's you because you got them blue felines on that you said that you was gonna have." She said, "You see that guy down there?" She said, "On the basketball court." Hey y'all, they used to do like that, and all the guys was like, "Oh." She said, "All of them my cousins. If you try to leave, Slick, you're gonna have to deal with them, right? You're gonna enjoy yourself. Chill out. Stop being a PUSSY, right?" And Fox, I don't want to go anywhere anyway. So I said, Fox, right? I said, listen, man, this is what we're gonna do. I said, when they go into that house, I'm gonna run. Are you with me or are you not? I said, if you run with me, even if they catch us, I will fight with you. But I'm not staying for this Godzilla sexual escapade or whatever you think this is. I said, I'm gone. I said, what is your choice? He said, I'm staying, man. So, need to say, I never seen Fox again, right? What? Like, I never knew what happened, right? I never knew what happened. I got away, allegedly, right? Never knew what happened. Maybe I always wondered, did he move out of town? You know what I'm saying? I always wondered. I asked my friends, have y'all ever seen Fox?
Oh no!
But I never seen Fox. That was a bad day, right?
Okay, you talk about my man with the no clothes.
I ain't killed nobody.
I never said I killed anybody. I said I don't even know if he's alive.
Somebody died.
You don't know if he's alive either.
That's all we know. And the last Darnell story, which if he watching, I gotta tell you this story because Darnell probably watching this.
Fox really? You never seen Fox
for real? I've never seen him yet.
Damn.
Now Darnell, the last story is we caught this girl down, and she's Old Town Mall. Old Town Mall. It was a project up there. Then you had Old Town Mall. Yeah. So we called this girl. Said she was fat to death. She had short hair. She had a gold in the mouth, but she was cute. She started coming down from the hill, right? Now Darnell was telling us how. No, it was Punkin. He was telling us how he was going to, what he was going to do to this girl and all that stuff. It was either Darnell or Punkin. And we said, well, listen, you're going to have to kiss her and all this stuff because we ain't come down here for nothing. We just spent our transfer money and all this stuff like that. So I had to transfer for Darnell. It was Darnell. I had to transfer for him to go home, and he had to be home at a certain time or our aunt would beat the crap out of him. So she started coming down. I said, you know what? She got short hair. And he said, is her hair short like a man's? And she got a little closer. I said, her gold is in her mouth. He said she looked like Mr. T or something. She got a little closer. He said, is she wobbling? She said, which one of y'all Darnell? We both pointed to him, right? So Darnell said, yo, man, I'm about to go. We're about to get on here. I said, nah, man, we ain't going nowhere until she at least get a kiss.
Ew. I'm sorry.
And he was like, man, I ain't kissing her. So we just stayed there for an hour. We knew he couldn't stay, but for so long. So he was like, yo, man, he was like, yo, Coyote, you slick. He called me a couple of names, right? So we said, man, just go ahead and kiss her. So he's like, girl, do you want me to kiss you? I think you ugly. Do you want me to kiss you? She said, yeah. Yep. So he went and kissed her like that, right? We said, nah, man.
You gotta give her.
I said, you gotta give her a tongue kiss, man. We ain't come down here for all that, man. We ain't about that life, right? So he eventually, after a while, he gave her a tongue kiss and wiped his mouth off. We gave him a transfer and wiped his mouth off with the transfer, and the transfer was dark. He was so mad at me, right? But it took him a long time to get over that, right? And we thought that these guys that came after us, right, when we got back home was their friends. Because they started shooting, right? Me, I had a little entertainment mind when I was younger. I had a cap gun. Wasn't no bullets in my cap gun, but I watched a lot of movies. So
juice.
They were shooting. Yep. They were shooting. Boom, boom. And I'm like, cap. Right? And I was running at Darnell because I was putting on such a role. Like I was I'm for real, right? I'm putting on such a role.
She was holding the gun.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
And Darnell said, boy, he think he protected because they boom, boom. I'm like, cap. You know what I'm saying? And then my looks was real and believable. And then my friend said to Darnell, he said, yo, you know, look, it's crazy, right? He said, you know that is a cap gun. Darnell said, a cap gun? Like that. Get down. Like hell, right? And I realized I was in my truth, right? My truth is sound, like Sheldon said, it sound good, right? But I made the look. If y'all seen the video, y'all would say he really looked, you know what I'm saying? Like he was really doing something. It's just the damn bullets was real. and my bullets was capped. Then the gun looked real, you know, but it was capped. But that's my crazy stories of.
I don't even know how y'all ended up down there for a kiss. Just for a kiss.
Just for a kiss. Now we came to the time. we have came. We have. Yes, I told enough stories, and we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear. See what y'all saying? What I think. But I think that we don't want to get on. What I think y'all are, what I'm hearing. No. What I'm hearing here.
I'm ready for this one.
You gotta cut the music for this one.
Right?
All right, go ahead.
All right. It sounded like you was talking about the chat line.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So that brought back some memories.
Okay, right. You had to dig deep.
That brought back some memory. Actually, I had a similar situation.
Okay.
With what you said, but I'm not even gonna start with that one. Right. But all right, so all right, so I was talking to this female off the chat line, right? You know what I mean? So we end up hooking up. We was talking for about a week or so. We end up hooking up. I go over there. You know, we doing the foreplay thing and all of that, right? And all of that. So, you know, she turned me around, you know, she massaging me, she kissing on my back and all of that, right? And she started getting a little lower, right? I'm like, okay. You getting a little lower. Hold on, how low we going?
No, really?
Right? Like, you know, when you get to the other reason, it get real tense.
What kind of messing
right,
with?
but I'm still trying to, you know, I'm trying to keep my calm, right? I ain't trying to I'm on the screen. Like, ooh, I don't think you doing what I think you about to do. This I hope not, right?
She was dealing with different men.
But she do what I think she about to do, right? I don't like it, right?
Make sure you add that too.
Bottle fingers.
Literally.
But I don't stop her because I gotta make sure I don't like it. No.
Cause you record this on TV.
It's already on TV. We already live, baby.
You ain't say nothing. You ain't say nothing.
He said, I ain't stopping that. Make sure I don't like it.
That ain't even the part, right?
Okay.
After that, she tried to come up and kiss her. And I'm, hey, that's your thing. I was into that. Kissing is done for me.
That's crazy.
Oh God!
He said it's done for
Time ago, I'm a young man. You know, in my mind, right? But that's that. Kissing was over. The night was kind of, I mean, you know.
The night was young.
The night was young.
The night was young.
Nice was young. Boy, that was a good one. That was worth the wait. Give us the next one.
All right, next one. Same chat line situation. Similar to your situation, other than I'm the dude showing up to the house.
Okay.
You know, I'm Maria.
Okay.
So to speak, right?
Okay. You gonna take anything.
But me and my homeboy, we show up, right? And you know, I guess it's like I said, chat line. It's you know, her and her homegirls, maybe her cousins or whatever.
Oh, you came in there like a superhero.
We having a good time, right?
Ramsey,
So we hear somebody yell from downstairs. What? Yes. Who is upstairs?
You hear somebody from downstairs?
Somebody, mother, aunt, guardian is downstairs.
Okay.
Right. And they inquiring what's going upstairs. So they say, oh, ain't nothing going on. Okay, well, I'm gonna call the police just in case. Right? So at that point, you know,
it's time to go.
out the window.
In the valley of decision. Are we gonna run over this old lady?
No.
Do the window.
Oh my goodness.
So we chose the window.
You run over the old lady
To the window.
And we ain't had no mic cords.
You ain't had no mic cords.
We ain't had no mic cords. We was getting our Jackie Chan on.
So y'all hung.
we tried to hung. Yeah, we hung as low as we can. We're like, okay, this ain't nothing. We gotta.
Y'all gonna fall on each other, right?
We're gonna have to make it do. And so that was, that was that was an adventure. I'm gonna leave it at the 2. We got 2.
Good job, Reggie. That was good. Now, no, Shelton. Hey, Sheldon. Now, come on. That's my baby brother, though. I don't know. So it sounded way back in the day, way back in the day, way back in the day. Is it possible?
Way back.
That something crazy happened in that moment?
Oh, yeah. What's it? Once upon a time, long time. I was leaving work, and my girlfriend at the time, she lived like 5 minutes, like right outside. Like I worked on the Army base. She lived like 5 minutes outside the gate. So I left my toothbrush and my deodorant. And I'm like, okay, let me just run past here. So I go in there, go to the house. I get to the parking lot, and I notice, like, now if you can picture this, now this is going on my mind, but I think I'm tripping. I'm thinking I'm in my truth. My truth is bullshit. But her house was the last house on a row, but the parking spaces extend beyond that. But nobody's going to park in those spaces because that's their house. And her car was parked. There was a car parked next to it, where I usually park. And I'm like, that's a BMW. That's a little suspect. Okay. So I'm like, oh, I'm tripping. So go to the door, got a key, open the door. Door closed. I'm like, I know this motherfucker ain't got nobody up in here. I'm like, I know this person ain't got nobody. So I walked upstairs. She ran in the bathroom. Dude was in the bedroom. I opened the door of the bathroom. She there, bucket naked, all glory, bucket naked. And I don't know. I just started laughing because I'm like, dang, I thought I was tripping. I wasn't even tripping. It's some bullshit. So I'm like, so I knock on the door, on the bedroom door where dude is. I'm like, man, look, I'm just trying to get my stuff. So he opens the door. He looks at me. I look at him. I walk past, get my stuff. When I turned around, kid you not, he was gone.
Oh,
Car and everything. Right. He played his position. I ain't even mad at him. But your trifling hand, I got a beef with. So that's what it got to.
wow.
Man,
You a better man.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
Because I don't know how I would, like, snap it. It would have just.
I know how I would have reacted.
Like,
I would have on the refrigerator, sit down and watch the show.
Sure you right. Sure you.
What you,
I'm not going to lie to you.
You, Sonji.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Talk about death.
What you say?
I'm not going to lie to you. 2 vases got destroyed and her phone got jacked up. But other than that, nobody else.
Still a better man.
There's some furniture moving around.
Long time ago.
If you catch it.
Some furniture moving around this motherfucker. Yeah.
So since we done got all these stories out of what happened, right? And this was wait a minute, he got something else?
Yeah, because I forgot the main point. The main point was her truth. Now I gotta tell you her truth. Her truth was the dude that she was messing with used to live in that neighborhood, and he just happened to come by.
He been coming by.
And I'm like, exactly. Like, okay. So I'm like, so which one do you want me to believe? You want me to believe your truth, which is still bullshit, or I can believe this has been going on for a long time?
Well, you're lying.
And you know what I'm saying? Whichever one you want me to believe, I'll take because it's over anyway, so it don't really make a difference.
It was comfortable.
But
Are you gonna believe
her
truth or your lying eyes?
Yeah. Hold up. So your truth say that it was just that easy for a dude to knock on your door and end up get you butt naked? That's your truth.
Yep.
He just happened to be a neighbor. That's your truth. You want me to take that one?
Took all the clothes.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah. You know, just all naked.
Dirt on or something, you know. I'm not telling everything, but I'm just saying.
You know, I'm just saying.
You think your man gonna come home? You got, you know.
Yeah, someone should just come home because she got a key or whatnot. She just come and open up the door because she got a key. I'm like, God. And came in just because you got a key, you just gonna come through the door. I got my candles. Come in and say, blow my candles out.
A key mean I ain't never got the knock.
Oh man, well, that is don't bust my head, right?
Yes.
And I definitely enjoyed myself through this story time. So we on the audio side of it. So we gonna do what we do on the audio side of it. We got one more story coming up that and then we out of here because Jackie says she got a story.
Come on.
It's her worst story. It's worse than the one before. You know, we gotta end it. We're gonna end it with her story. Jackie, I know you got another story. What didn't happen? What didn't happen?
Goodness.
What didn't happen, Jackie? We want to hear something that was further than the one you just told. We need you gotta outdo Ramsey.
I gotta outdo Ramsey.
And that's hard to outdo.
I got a question to ask Ramsey. So
Okay.
You didn't close out.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Did you like it?
Did I like? No, I didn't. I didn't like it.
So you never start liking it?
No, I didn't.
I just wanted to know.
Oh, so I'm not the only one that has questions.
Now, if
I have a question before we leave.
Yeah.
I tried it twice just to make sure.
You tried it twice just to make sure.
That's confirmed.
That's because of the nerves. The nerves in there. The nerves can touch other sides of you, sir. That's what's going on. So
Are we waiting for me?
yes, Jack.
The whole crew.
Oh my God.
You trying to think? It ain't gonna be that hard. Just
Yeah, you ain't got
that hard. I mean, I'm just trying to think what I want to say.
yeah, it's just which one you want to say.
Right,
Say the most entertaining one.
for the camera.
The most, yeah, the G-rated.
No. It's straight. It's close to 11 o'clock.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this one quick.
Okay.
So I went, caught the bus cross town to see he wasn't my husband then, trench coat, nothing underneath.
Come on.
Figure that.
So when I got off the bus, I had most of my coat buttoned, right? It was windy that day. My coat kind of like flew open. And there was some young kids coming down the street.
Oh.
And he said, "Oh, she don't have no drawers on." I was so embarrassed. I mean, it was like crazy, but that's kind of like that's the extent.
That's all you get. That's all you got for that, Jack.
I just kept thinking, gosh, I can't believe I'm on this bus butt naked with a trench
How
coat.
long was the ride?
Hmm?
How long was the bus ride?
35 minutes.
Oh, that was a long time.
Ramsey got something else to say. I can see it on his face.
But I'm just when you said the chat line, like it flowed a couple things kind of.
Okay,
pop.
what happened?
I mean, it's kind of funny. This ain't nothing that, like the situation to the degree, but like I said on the chat line again, you know, what I mean, a lot of hopping on the buses and going to spots, right? So I go to this place, right, and you know, the female said she was single and all of that, right? I get in there, and it's pictures on the wall, right? And there's this dude, right, all over the wall, holding the gun. Got different guns, and
It's time to go.
like he got guns matching the outfit. I'm like, who is this nigga?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
that's my ex. Yeah, I don't deal with him no more. But he sell out here on the block though. He probably seen you. Right?
She said it.
Right?
Wow.
I was like, I don't think I want to be here anymore. All them niggas. He wanted him,
That's right.
right?
That was my grandma experiment.
So I actually just go to leave, right? And I'm sitting on the bus stop for a good amount of time, right? And it just hit me, right? Like I'm on the bus stop, I'm on the corner, I'm looking at, I'm like, everybody on this block is working but me. The person on the bike, the little kid, the old, they all working on this block, you know, hustling. I'm the only person that's an outside. I'm looking like, I'm about to get some ass. And you know, was, like I said, nothing happened. It was just a funny situation. It wasn't funny at the moment.
No, that's not funny at all.
But it was funny.
But
after.
with Green Mount,
Nah, I was
because
on
that's
the
what that's the same situation happened to me. I went in the house to be with the girl, and I said, and I thought when I looked outside on Greenmount, the guy was standing up there in broad daylight with his gun. Like I could clearly see that this man had a gun. And the police drove by the street, and I can clearly see that this dude has a gun. You know? So I said, she said, yeah. I said, you know what? I think I want to go home, right? She was like, I wouldn't go out there tonight. So I'm like, so I gotta stay here? You know what I'm saying? I gotta stay here. She's telling me she would not go out and she lives here.
I gotta say, something like that happened to me too, right? Now you got me talking stories. Now.
Right. That's my job. I'm doing my job.
Like I said, because I got a ton of chat line stories, right? But the same situation. Now, this actually wasn't a chat line story. I met Shorty in the club, right? Anyway, she lived in the projects.
Okay,
right?
You just told the story. Go ahead.
Right, so I'm over in the house, right, and it's like it's funny, like how much shit is going on outside. Like I heard somebody dying outside of the window, right? Like when you're doing that thing, like, and the dude is actually getting like murdered. Like,
oh my
I'm like, what the? I like to the point. I stayed the night. Like, this is dying right now. I'm not leaving. Us.
You getting sex while you get
walking outside.
Damn.
That's a mood killer.
The point, right? And I'm leaving, right? It's like it was like it's like a music video. You seen the Exhibit music video when all this chaotic stuff is just going on? Like I'm just walking outside, somebody just getting bashed in their head. I'm like, what the? I said, man, I'm dealing with the chat line. This is not.
That sound like the death line. Hey, look,
Man, I'm concerned. That's like your third chat line story.
The stories are good, right? They all
That's why the thoughts came when you started. I said that sounded like.
No, I'm gonna tell you this story. This don't have nothing to do with sex, right? But I could have got my tail. Like I really could have got hurt with this one, right? I don't go to movies by myself because I'm an extrovert. I like being with people, right? And this time I said, you know what? I can go to movies by myself. Uncle Sheldon busy. Everybody, you know, I'm going to go ahead and go. My mama wasn't even there. And the most of the time I went to the movies with my mama. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead to the movies by myself. This ain't something I normally do, but I can do it. I'm a grown man. I can go to movies by myself. So I went to the movies, bought me a big orange soda, some pizza, ate my pizza, sit the orange soda right next to me. So this big dude, I mean wrestling big, came right next to me, right? So when he came right next to me and sat next to me, but you know, I was doing my little martial arts and stuff and I did. So I ain't care nothing about that. So I'm drinking my soda. This dude getting mad, looking at me. So I was like, yo, what's his problem, right? So I drink some more of my soda. He mad at me like, cause he don't have a soda, right? So I was like, oh, all right. So I was like, you know, Sheldon, no, I wasn't scared of nobody. So I started drinking. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't, what, You know what I'm saying? Because you big. I'm thinking about, okay, what I'm going to do when he get up. I'm going to crush his kneecap. I'm thinking all this stuff in my mind, right? So he is really getting mad. So he stands up and he's like, I was like, what? You better sit your big ass down. I thought, I'm drinking, I'm moving my shoulders now. Drinking, I'm like, come on, motherfucker. I'm drinking. And then I looked to my left and started to notice that my soda was still there. So the problem in me is like, if I'm right, I'll go hard. Right. But if I'm wrong, I was like, oh, he's so hurting me. Yeah. Listen, I didn't know he was. And I was just like, oh, I didn't mean it. Like the whole bitch came out of me because I would have been tough if I was right, but when I'm wrong, I'm like, I didn't mean to drink this. Hey, I'll go and buy you the hill. He walked out there because he didn't want to commit murder, right? So as I leave out I'm still a bitch, right? Because as I'm leaving out the movies, I'm looking around the corners and shit, like making sure he ain't out there and shit. I was like, I'm just gonna stay in the movies a little bit longer. I don't really got nothing to do today. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that. When I went to the parking lot, I was scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because all that heart, all that strength out of me, right? Because I thought he was like when he got up and he was like, steam was coming out of his mouth. I was like, come on, motherfucker, come on. You know what I'm saying? I said it, Joyce, come on. And then I looked down at my soda. I said, oh.
I'd have felt bad too.
But anyway, we thank y'all for being a part of this show.
Yeah.
We thank y'all for being a part of this show. This was story time. We got to do our story time again. I enjoyed myself. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. You're here with the Coyote Man, Ramsey Amadei, Uncle Sheldon, and the Bust Your Head crew. We'd like to thank all of y'all that actually listen to us. And we'll see you again, the same Coyote place, same Coyote channel.
Show relationships. Don't bust my head where it's better to be loved than to get your head busted. Hosted by Ramsey Amadei, Uncle Shelton, and the Coyote Man on the Coyote Man Show Network.